Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video day. And the Houston Astros have claimed Jason Alexander, pitcher, right-hander from the Athletics, who was DFA'd. They've claimed him, and they have already sent him to AAA. This isn't a guy that I think the Astros are claiming for their roster, but mainly for the Astros AAA roster, the Space Cowboys, and a guy that, look, you're adding a guy that has major league experience, pitching with the Milwaukee Brewers and the Athletics, to the point where if injuries were to get really bad, you've got an extra arm in AAA that you can bring into things if injuries were to get bad. I don't think there's a shot he pitches for this team, but with baseball, injuries can get really bad, and you never know. This year he's pitched 4 games for the A's and has given up 6 hits and 12 earned runs with 5 walks and 5 strikeouts. That tells me most likely he won't find any time with this Astros team. But just because a guy is so terrible in the major leagues doesn't mean he can't be useful to a AAA squad. So that's the one thing I look at things like, do I want this guy pitching for this Astros team? Absolutely not. I pray that injuries don't get so bad that they have to bring him up. But even though he's not useful to this Astros squad, he very well could be useful to AAA. If a guy, like for instance, 2022, he was with the Brewers. He started in 11 games, pitched in 18, had a 5.40 ERA, pitching 72 innings, and is a 5.40 ERA in 11 starts in 18 games pretty good in the major leagues? No. But if a guy can put up a 5.40 ERA in the MLB in 18 games and 11 starts, kind of interesting what that guy could potentially do for a AAA squad. So, that's how I look at it, where, he could be very helpful to this Astros AAA squad. And if injuries get so bad to the point where you're having to call arms from AAA, there is a guy that has major league experience pitching and starting from 2022 with the Brewers and then pitching this year as well for the A's. Do I think it ever gets so bad to the point where the Astros have to call him up or bring him up? No. And if it does, this team would be a disaster if that gets that bad. Because this team relies on their bullpen. Their bullpen is absolutely unbelievable. I'm not gonna go as far to say this, but I think this is one of the I'm not gonna say it's the best, but I think this is one of the best bullpens I've seen from the Astros. I've been watching the Astros all the way back to like 2016, 2017. Don't think I'm a bandwagon or anything. I just started. I've been going to Astros games as early as 2013, 2014, but didn't get into sports until like 2016, 2017. That's when I started watching baseball. But I feel like, and that's the weird thing about it, every time I say I started watching the Astros in 2017, just a part of me feels like I have to say, I'm not a bandwagon. I live in Houston and have gone to Astros games as early as 6 years old in 2013, 2014, but just didn't care about sports enough to watch them. But as long as I've been watching the Astros and cared about baseball, I don't think I've seen a bullpen, or I probably had. Look, there's been some really good bullpens to this Astros team, but I think this is probably one of the best I've seen in years, at least in years past. So if things were to get so bad where you have to call them up, that means the bullpen is toast with injuries. So, and that's something this team could not afford with how good their bullpen has been this year. One of the best in baseball by far. Let me know your thoughts on the Astros roster move in the comment section. Also, another thing I'll ask in the comments, I want you guys to answer the comment section. Anybody think about Jason Alexander, the actor from Seinfeld, when they saw this? That's immediately one of the things I first thought of when I saw the Astros claim Jason Alexander. I'm like, is the actor now pitching? But I missed that episode of Seinfeld. So let me know your thoughts on this roster move in the comment section, and peace out. Go Astros.